So what are you going to need? Okay, we're all, Emily, you're going to need a professional CV. And what does that look like? What do you need to include in it? We'll talk about that in a second. You're going to need a creative portfolio because everyone's asking for creative portfolio. LinkedIn profile. People underestimate how being active on LinkedIn can really get you towards your next job. This is a very small community. At one point, we ran the numbers on this, my former company at Coco Hub, and there were something like 60,000 people who defined themselves as um, conversation designers, who listed their title as conversation designers versus like 350,000 who listed as UX designers or UI designers or stuff like that. So it's a very niche community. And so there's a lot of opportunities if you're active in this community. Like a lot of these people are in the chat here. If you're active, if you go to these things, if you get your certification at CDI, if you're really involved in these things, you have a great chance of finding a job. And sorry, if you hear some screaming and crying in the background, that's my 3-year-old. He is, he's roaming around here. Maybe he'll come make an appearance, a cameo. And I think the last thing, or the last two things, are references. Obviously, it's good to have references. Thanks, Steve. I think I'm done. Steve TLDR'd it for me. That's all we need. You need references. You need people who will vouch for you, who will say, "Okay, yes, I've worked with this person, and this person is good. You would want to work with this person." And finally, and this is the hardest thing because I don't have any of this, is patience. Because wow, there's a lot of no's before you get that yes. And you got to understand that you're going to have to deal with no's. It's just part of life. And I read somewhere recently that you should never question a no. You should question the why. Sometimes when an employer says no, they don't give you the exact reasons. You don't really understand what was going on behind the scenes. So asking why is legit, but not saying why didn't I get the job, but asking what are the reasons. But I wouldn't trust that because a lot of the times you don't really know what's going on internally in a company. So patience and staying confident and strong that no matter what, no matter how many rejections, no matter how many times I have to go and do, these interviews and these panels and nothing comes of it. It's okay. It's nothing. It's not necessarily about who you are. I mean, there are things that you can do to improve your chances, but a lot of the times it is reasons that you can't fathom.